Ahoy, this is Zdenka. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Normally, I would play a piece of a video, just a short piece as a tease to show you what I'm going to be teaching in this tutorial. But if I don't play the entire thing, you're not going to understand the concept. Forget cinematic B-roll. In this tutorial, you will learn how to film art with iPhone 17 Pro and Hohem iSteady M7 gimbal. Thank you very much, Hohem, for making this video possible. Here it is. This is what you will learn to film in this tutorial. How was all this done? First, let me explain the concept, why I chose to film in black and white. I'll share Blackmagic Camera App settings. Then I'll teach you how to film all shots, including the best gimbal settings for very simple filming. At the end, I'll point out important editing elements. And I'll dive into a bit of a life update. This project we filmed had a very strong meaning. Let's start with why. Why black and white? When you combine shapes, shadows, and composition, and then you take away the color, you will get a strong, powerful contrast. When you combine light, shadows, and human emotions, and then take the color away, the emotion will be 100 times stronger. It is the first thing you are going to see. If you keep it in a color, the brain will register the color and overlook first, and then the emotion. This is something I was always applying when I was shooting weddings for over 15 years. I was filming with the free Blackmagic Camera App. Let me show you my settings. I have a full tutorial on how to use this app. I'll link it below for those interested. In settings, under the record page, I have Apple Lock to HDR selected. This color profile looks very dull. Lock profile saves more data in highlights and shadows, so the final look is always much better. On the camera interface, let's hit LUT, turn it on, and choose monochrome LUT. This is only for a preview. As I can see it in black and white right away, it helps me to see the composition and shadows and all that. You can download the LUT to your computer and then edit in the post. Or if you hit this icon at the bottom, you can record the LUT directly into the clip.
Everything was filmed in 4K 60 frames per second, so I could slow down some footage. Shutter speed was 1/120th. I was filming in manual mode, so I brought the ISO as low as I could. I was using this Freewell ND filter set. All the gear is linked below. I was also using the Hohem iSteady M7 gimbal, as that one is suitable for advanced filming. Let's go through individual shots. The story starts with a close-up shot of tap shoes. Whenever you're doing any tilting movement, you always select pan and tilt follow mode on the gimbal. This will allow smooth movement up. The statue shot is next. Martina was crunching down on the top of the table. Thinking outside of the box and placing your subject in weird positions or weird situations is what makes shots very eye-catching. The table was black and she was wearing all black, so it gave a huge contrast to the light background. The easiest way to get this shot is if you enable tracking. The gimbal mode is in pan and tilt follow mode. Simply swipe right on the remote to enable AI tracker preview and double tap the subject. The gimbal is tracking the subject. You can freely move in any direction. Here's the clock shot, passing of the time. The shot was filmed with a telephoto camera. Gimbal was set to pan follow mode. The tilt motor is locked, so you can only get movement to the sides. When you film with a telephoto lens, you have to move extremely slowly. The slower the movement, the better the result will be. The most impressive shot, hands down, is the staircase shot. The building looks interesting when you see it, but once you take the color away and you see all the leading lanes and only the shapes, it's just stunning. This place was literally calling for placing Martina high on the stairs and just orbiting around her to see all those lanes moving. This is what makes this shot so alive. The gimbal is in pan follow mode and tracking has been enabled via the AI tracker. Leading lanes, big contrast, shapes such as square, triangles, circles are what you need to look for when you are filming in monochrome or black and white. Here is a path which has this square shape with a strong contrast. To keep emphasis on the shapes, a minimal movement such as slight move to the side is just enough. Gimbal was set in pan follow mode. When you're looking for shapes and high contrast, don't only look straight ahead, look up. The dark lamps with light sky is a perfect example. Gimbal was set in pan and tilt follow mode. All you have to do is slowly tilt from back to the front. The walking shot has several elements. The railing creates beautiful foreground and contrast to the light cityscape behind. The gimbal was set to pan and tilt follow mode. As the subject starts walking, the camera movement starts from the ground up, adding extra movement to the shot. Following this is just a static shot having subject walk towards the camera. The mode you want to use for this type of a shot is lock mode. This building has two strong elements, the square shapes at the top and round shapes at the bottom. The gimbal was set to pan and tilt follow mode. Placing the subject slightly on the side creates this surprising reveal, as you most likely didn't even expect that she will be there. The symmetry. We found a building that has this really symmetrical look. If I filmed only the building, it would be quite a plain shot. The gimbal was set to lock mode, as there is no movement to the sides or up and down. To create something strange once again, I had Martina stand behind the pole, and as I was coming towards the building, she started walking away, and I also made her turn her head very sharply to look at the camera. Next three shots are all about composition. Notice how I placed Martina where the lines cross. When she was sitting or standing, I made sure the lines cross behind her. The profile shot is all about the rules of thirds. The strong emphasis is on the right side. The lines also cross where we look the most, behind her eyes and nose.
The gimbal was set to lock mode for all those shots, as it is only movement forward or stationary. No movement to the sides or up and down. The reflection shot. Windows are your best friends when it comes to photography or filmmaking. You get beautiful reflections. To make things weird once again, I made her sharply turn her head and look at the camera. The gimbal was set to pan and tilt mode. Tapping on the street. The tapping sound was recorded just with internal phone microphone. I placed a wireless microphone near her on the ground, but I didn't need to use the audio. The smartphone did such a good job when it comes to recording the tapping sound. The important part is to place a dancer on a light background so she stands out. I aimed for the street and light sky. The elements on the sides create a very nice framing. The reason I love working with this gimbal so much is the custom gimbal mode. The other gimbals, the other smartphone gimbals, don't have that feature. You have to always press the trigger at the back to be able to use lock mode, so you can't put it on monopod. You just frame the shot and move up and down as you wish. The framing will stay the same. I filmed many variations here. I also used pan and tilt follow mode when I was lifting the camera up, and pan follow mode for all side movements. Another clock, another time passing meaning. At the beginning of the story, I filmed clock. When I entered this park and saw another clock, I knew I have to film this as it helps creating the story. The time passing once again. Let's mention the trickiest shot, and that was this one. The camera is set to pan and tilt follow mode. At first, I framed the shot at the top, and then as I was bringing the gimbal down, I was slightly pushing the joystick on the gimbal down to get controlled movement. I was barely touching the joystick, pushing it really lightly. City traffic shots were literally just stationary shots. Gimbal was set to lock mode to make sure it's not moving anywhere, and I literally just stood there and filmed cars passing by. This was very straightforward. Let's cover the grand finale, or the tap dancing under the clock. Those walls around her offer so many possibilities when it comes to different types of shots. It's a playground for the camera.
Okay, 1, 2,
There are 3 key shots. Gimbal is set to lock mode, and I'm simply walking towards her. I told Martina to literally stare into the camera the entire time. I wanted a very intense look as she's dancing. I almost wanted to make the viewer, you, to feel uncomfortable as she is staring at you. The second shot was filmed in the same lock mode, but this time I moved to another area as I noticed this beautiful contrast. I was filming against the sun, peeking through the clouds. The last shot that stood out the most was the orbiting shot. The gimbal was set to pan follow mode. As she's dancing and I am moving around her, and also the walls are moving, there is so much going on that it gives this overwhelming feeling of movement. When you film a project like that, it is best to film a lot more shots than you need. I roughly showed you 60% of the shots. First day I was filming with Martina. Then a couple days later, I returned to the city and did all the city shots without her. It was fairly cold outside, and the first day we had quite a bit of a wind, so 3 hours each day is literally enough. I had the music picked ahead of filming. I had rough story written down. The final story was created in editing. When it comes to video editing, there are 3 main things I was following. The first one, keep the viewer never guessing what shot is coming up next. I was mixing up those shots of the city and her dancing on purpose. The second one, create a strong contrast between calm and quiet music and a strong finale. This is why, when the music was calm, I was either showing static shots or her not dancing at all. The last one was revealing the dancer with the sound of tapping first, before I actually showed her dancing. When you were watching the story, even though you saw the tap shoes at the beginning, you most likely didn't expect her to tap. So when you heard the tapping sound first, you registered it. Oh, there is a tap dancer. And then you were just waiting for the reveal of the actual dancer. Martina is a wonderful tap dancer. She's no longer a beginner. The years of training is really starting to show. I think she's dancing for about 8 years now. This piece was quite emotional for me to edit. We've been through quite a lot in the last couple of years, from family issues to the dance studio we were part of for so many years suddenly closing down. We've been through a lot of uncertainty. On top of it, my best friend, Frank, passed away in the summer. Frank was a huge part of this channel. You've met him in the past videos. Watching her dance and seeing the clock, the meaning of a time passing, brought lots of emotions. We are in a new studio, ATL. I do hip hop there as well. They have great adult classes. This is their season number 1. The owners are 3 teachers that we've known for years throughout the old studio: Almitra, Tierney, and Lee. So far, the experience has been absolutely wonderful, calm, stress-free, organized, honest, and prioritizing mental health. What else can we ask for? All the kids are just so happy. If you are from Durham region, which is east of Toronto, looking for a dance studio, check them out. I'll link their website below. I believe we are on the right track when it comes to family, dance, and life in general. Grabbing a camera and just go and film a piece like that is very healing. Plus, it makes me extremely happy to share it with you. Hopefully, you learn lots from these videos. This is my goal. This is what I truly want. Huge giant hug to all of you. Lastly, I have to say a big giant thank you to Hohem for allowing me to create videos like these for you and for continuously supporting this channel. Hohem iSteady M7 is truly a great tool for advanced filming. I enjoy filming with this. It does everything you need it to do, and you can load a lot more as it has 500 grams maximum payload. Alright, give it a thumbs up if you want to. Say hello in the comments, as I would love to hear from you. And I will see you in one of those videos next. Ciao, ahoj.